Let me ask you something. Do you think loneliness is just a feeling, or could it be something more, something that's actually making you physically sick? Because that's what we're digging into today, this modern epidemic of loneliness and a really powerful, maybe even surprising cure that's popping up in some pretty unexpected places. And this whole explainer, it's based on some fantastic reporting from lovelocalnetworking.com. They're all about highlighting these incredible local stories of connection, which is exactly what we're doing here. And it all starts with this, a quote from a 75-year-old guy named Steve Wheat. He said CrossFit dragged him up out of the gutter. I mean, wow, what kind of gutter are we talking about here? And how on earth does a gym pull someone out of it? We're going to get into his whole incredible story. Okay, so before we can really get Steve's story, we've got to wrap our heads around this weird paradox of modern life. Because on paper, we are more connected than any other group of humans in the history of the world. I mean, just look at these numbers. They're insane. Every single day, we send 23 billion texts, 333 billion emails, and almost 5 billion of us, that's most of the planet, are on social media every day. You'd think we've never been more in touch. So what gives? If we're all so connected, why are we lonelier than ever? And yeah, the data backs this up. It's not just a vague feeling, it's a full-blown epidemic. We're talking more than a third of US adults over 45 feeling lonely. And for a lot of them, it's frequent or intense. But get this, the group that feels the most lonely? Young adults, the ones who grew up with all this digital connection. So what's going on? Well, a lot of experts point to the disappearance of the third place. You know what I mean, right? You've got home, that's your first place. You've got work, your second place. The third place is everything else. The coffee shop, the community center, the local bar, places where you just connect with people. And those places, they're vanishing. And our real connections are vanishing right along with them. But here's the thing, this isn't just about feeling sad or left out. The stakes are way, way higher than that. This feeling of loneliness, it has real, actual, physical consequences. And I'm talking serious danger. Chronic loneliness is tied to a higher risk of dying from heart disease and stroke. It's linked to Alzheimer's and high blood pressure. It actually changes your body on a cellular level, cranking up your stress. This isn't a small problem, it's a massive public health crisis. Okay, so that's the bad news. But what if there was a place, a single place, where you could fight all of this at once, the loneliness and the health issues? What if you could treat the whole problem in one go? And it's not just some mythical one-off place. There are 13,000 of them all over the world. So what are we talking about? The answer, believe it or not, is CrossFit. But hold on, it's not just about the exercise, not at all. It's about what happens when a group of people push themselves and struggle and sweat and succeed together. It's about a community that's literally forged in shared effort. Yeah, this quote from Nicole Carroll, CrossFit's chief brand officer, really nails it. She says, when you're pushing yourself to your absolute limit, all those social masks we wear just fall off. You can't pretend anymore. People see the real you. And that raw vulnerability, that's where real friendships start. And out of that shared struggle, something pretty amazing happens. The person you work out with becomes the person who helps you move. Your gym buddies become your support system. And suddenly, the gym isn't just a place to lift weights anymore. It becomes that third place, that community hub that's gone missing from so many of our lives. Which, of course, brings us right back to Steve Wheat. Now that we see the problem, the loneliness epidemic, and this potential solution, his story makes so much more sense. It's like the perfect case study. I mean, just look at his journey. For more than 20 years, his life revolved around caring for his wife after she had a terrible stroke. His entire world just shrank. Friends fell away. Then he retired, and his last few connections were gone. By the time he was 72, he was at rock bottom, and that's the moment he decided to walk into a CrossFit gym. And the change was fast, super impressive. In just 1 month, he shaved 10 minutes off his initial fitness test. He'd lost 10 pounds. I mean, that's clear, undeniable proof that something big was happening. But here's the real kicker, and it comes straight from him. The physical stuff was great, sure, but that wasn't the most important part. He said the most potent result was having real, meaningful connections again. It was just chatting and laughing and joking with people, something he hadn't really done for years. That was the real cure. And he's brutally honest about what would have happened otherwise. He says he shudders to think where he'd be. So this was never just about getting in shape. It was about getting his entire life back. That community for him was exactly what he said it was, the thing that dragged him out of the gutter. So what do we take away from all this? Well, the story is obviously bigger than just Steve, or even just CrossFit. It's about a fundamental human need for connection. But, it's also not always that simple. And look, lots of people have this same kind of experience. Like this comment from Gabriella Mello. She says she's still at it 6 years later and has friends who are sometimes more supportive than her own family. So for a lot of people, this model really, really works. But the community doesn't just happen. It has to be built on purpose. And that leaves us with a final question for you. Steve found his third place, his cure for loneliness, in a gym. For other people, it might be a book club or a volunteer group or a pickup basketball game. In this world of nonstop digital noise, maybe that need for a real physical third place is more important than it's ever been. So let me ask you, where's yours?